And Mr. Austin, you were here on which?
Mr. McGinness, Your Honor, on 2 files. He's on the left screen there. And there was some kind of error, I think, on the online ROA. It listed somebody else on counsel of record. I think that's subsequently been corrected.
Which you're with you're Dwayne McGinness?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like, who's Monsieur? I don't know. I'm not familiar with that name.
Oh, apparently some error.
Okay. Do you need to speak to him or are you ready to go on the record?
I do not. We're ready to proceed, Your Honor.
What's his name? I just think I'm. I know the shit. I wrote one. I know. Oh. Well, literally. Okay, not Alan McGinness, Dwayne McGinness. Okay, on the record and the matters of the state of Michigan versus Dwayne McGinness, 25-00232 and 25-00622. Appearances, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
And thank you, Your Honor, and good afternoon. Jared Austin appearing on behalf of Mr. Dwayne McGinness. He appears with us remotely from the Ingham County Jail.
Okay, Mr. McGinness, can you hear us?
I heard it looked like he mouthed yes, but
Okay, I can hear you now. Okay, today was the date set for probable cause conference. And both of these files and both files are scheduled for preliminary examination on the 13th at 8:30. Are we continuing to exam?
yes, Your Honor, we would just ask that both matters continue on the preliminary hearings as scheduled for next week.
The people will be ready, Your Honor. There's no offer to put on the record at this time, but I do anticipate I'll be in touch with Mr. Austin prior to the exam date, and we will have something to communicate at least before that time.
Okay, we'll note that this matter will continue to examine at this time. Any additional matters for the record?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Nothing additional on behalf of Mr. McGinness at this time, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dwayne McGinness. You're all set. Thank you. Have a good one. Okay, let's bring this person back. And who is in this other post? Two? They need to be renamed. Can you rename them, please? Who's in post 2? Sir, what's your name?
Aaron McGinness.
That's Mr. Carter's guy. Mr. Gilbert, you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
This is McCarty. On the record in the matters of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jennifer McCarty, 24-03158 and 24-03173. Appearances, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Matt Nagel for the people.
And Attorney Luke Goodrich from the Public Defender's Office here to represent Ms. McCarty, who's appearing over Polycom from the Ingham County Jail today.
Okay, Ms. McCarty has in file number ended in 3158. Like 2 counts of assault with a deadly weapon. And file number ended in 3173. Larceny from a person and assault and battery. These matters are set for exam on the 13th of March at 8:30. Are we continuing to examine these?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
People will be ready, Your Honor. An offer was communicated to the defense that the defendant plead guilty to larceny of building here in the district court, and that the balance of the two files would be dismissed. It's my understanding that was probably communicated, but that we are still desiring to leave this set for exam.
The matter will continue to exam. We'll see you in person next week, Mr. McCarty. Do you have any questions for the court?
No.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
You're all set.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. On the record, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Morris Adams, I have file number 24-02324 and 24-02709. Here, Morris Adams. Mr. Adams, I have here in file number ending in 2324, a dog at large, and it looks like you were. I wonder why they do that. It says scheduled for arraignment on the 25th. And not pre-trial. I don't know why he does that all the time. It's an email. Okay, you look like you failed to appear. You can stand up, sir. You failed to appear for your pre-trial before Judge Flores back on September 30th for your dog at large. Do you remember that court date?
Yes.
What happened?
No, I don't remember the court date. I remember
Do you remember that you were supposed to appear for such a court date?
no, I didn't know nothing about it.
Okay. Looks like you were before the magistrate on September 9th. She arraigned you, gave you your court date to appear before Judge Flores. Do you remember that you have a dog at large pending?
I got rid of my dog. I didn't know this about it.
Okay. Well, the matter will now be scheduled for pre-trials. It's the same date.
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna be scheduled on March 25th at 9 a.m. For Judge Flores. You need to keep up with that date. You can't say that you don't remember, okay? Okay, and then in your other file, it's a stray dog that you were supposed to appear before Judge Flores on back on October. Actually, Magistrate Milmore, you're supposed to appear before her back on October 3rd. You have not yet been arraigned on this one. I have a misdemeanor complaint that alleges that on or about July 7th, 2024, at the area of Woodbine Ave and South Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, which is in the city of Lansing, Ingham County, state of Michigan, that you allegedly committed the act in count 1 of stray dog, and that you being the owner of a certain dog, that being a brindle pit bull, allowed said dog to stray while not being properly held on a leash, that this is contrary to Michigan compiled law 287.262. That's a misdemeanor, and the maximum penalty is 3 months and or not less than $10 in fines and not more than $100 in fines. You understand the charge read there in the maximum penalty?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you have the right to be represented by an attorney. You have the right to have the public defender's office screen you to see if you're eligible to be represented by their office, and if eligible, be represented by the public defender's office at no expense to you. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything that you say, anything you put in writing can be used against you. You have the right to plead guilty, plead not guilty, or stand mute. If you stand mute, the matter will proceed all the way to a jury trial, okay? You have the right to jury trial in this matter, and you have the right to require the prosecutor prove each element of the charges being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt. You can maintain your silence at trial and not have silence be used against you. You have the right to question any of the witnesses that the prosecutor calls to testify at your trial, and you have the right to subpoena witnesses to testify on your behalf. The court's going to enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf at this time. Do you have any questions about your rights? What's your home address?
That's my home address. Where the dog is found at.
What's your home address?
It's 1032 Woodbine Avenue. Secondary address is 1016 West Edgewood Boulevard.
What's your phone number?
517-512-8135.
Are you employed?
No, ma'am.
How do you take care of yourself? That's before Judge Flores is back, correct? Okay, this is gonna be set for a pre-trial on March 25th at 9 o'clock as well, okay? He can't get these ones because these are old notices, so I'll keep them. Do you have any questions for the clerk this time?
No.
Bond in the no stray is gonna be 100 personal recognizance. Bond at the dog at large is gonna be 100 personal recognizance as well. You need to make sure you come to all of your court dates. I recognize you stated on the record that you do not have the dog anymore. You likely are gonna need to provide proof to the prosecutor of that,
I give
okay?
it to the dog.
I recognize that you need to provide proof that you no longer have custody of that dog to the prosecutor's office. Typically, when you do that, they just dismiss the case, okay? So you can maybe, I don't know if you have a record from when you tendered the dog or surrendered the dog there, but maybe go down there before your next court date and see if you can get a copy of that record, okay? Very good. You're all set, sir. Not seeing any more attorneys?
Mr. Mills was here. Last I saw, he was walking away with his client, Mr. Bevins. They were talking.
Oh,
about
Blevins is no longer in custody. Got it. Who did they say was in custody? Percy's in Eaton County. Livingston? So it needs to be written. Yeah. So we'll treat next week as a PCC unless, well, actually, no, where's Miss Schroeder?
I've seen her in the hallway as well.
Let's see if she can come in here.
You might be speaking to somebody here on behalf of Mr. Edwards. I think Mr. Edwards is in custody. Oh, you did, okay.
Mr. Edwards is gonna be put on, I suppose.
They are both on the record in Buchanan, Schroeder and Carter.
Hi, sir, what's your name?
Harvey, yeah.
What he said.
It said Harvey. Thank you. I think this is Mr.
Oh, Mr. Edwards, okay. We're waiting for your attorney and your attorney as well, Mr. McGinnis. They're actually in the same courtroom right now down the hall.
Wow.
On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Leroy Bevins, 25-00122 and 25-00581. Appearance, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Matt Nagel for the people.
And good afternoon, Your Honor. Stephen Mills on behalf of Mr. Blevins. Mr. Blevins is present and standing to my right at this time.
Let's see, it seems to be a theme. Everybody has two claims today. He's no longer in jail, so I can take these off. And file number ending in 00122. It looks like he's being charged with arson, first degree, and then there's possession of meth in the other file. They're both scheduled for preliminary examination on March 13th at 8:30 in the morning. Are we continuing to examine these?
Your Honor, at this time, we are continuing to exam. I'm going to be in continued communications with the prosecutor's office. But at this time, yes, Your Honor, if there is a change there, obviously we'll let people know so they can call for witnesses.
Okay, we're not that we're gonna continue to examine this time. Sir, what is your address?
Well, Your Honor, right now, been staying off and on with my ex sometimes, but,
I need an address. You reported that you were homeless and that you were staying at
Yes,
430 North
APB.
March. And there was a 25,000 10% bond. Did you post that?
I posted 900.
You got a bondsman, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, we need an address, sir.
Well, I was staying over on Bel Air with my ex, but that's I know it was I got her. I stay, there's my daughter, she stays next door, and my ex stays next door, and hers is 1001 Bel Air.
1001 Bel Air.
But I'm not supposed to be there because she's under a lease, so I have to.
All right, hold on.
Well, where are you gonna receive your mail, sir?
Well, I've been doing it 430 North Arch.
So you still want your mail to go there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's all I want to know.
Just in case his stepdaughter, I'm sorry, daughter-in-law, Danielle, she is here. She's behind me. What is your address? Just
1001. Blair Avenue.
Okay, but he said he just wants his mail to still go to North Larch, so.
Yes, because I don't want to actually reside there with the housing.
Right, I get that. I just want to make sure you don't miss your court dates if you're
I'll have.
staying on one address, but your
I
mail's
go
going
get my
someplace
mail.
else.
Usually I go get my mail.
Okay, sounds good. So we'll keep your mail at the 430 North Larch, and your phone number still ending in 5654, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
894 and 9654.
Okay, Quon will continue, and we'll see you next week in person. Any additional matters?
Okay.
I'll run
not at this.
off the record. You shut down.
Oh, okay. Well, no, there's nothing further then. We're good.
Wasn't that important, no?
Really wasn't that important. I can address anything else. All right. Are we okay or?
Yeah, you're good. We don't-
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you. Does he have the notice? They would have gave it to him and.
Your notices. When you were released, did you get any notices for your court appearance?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I got them.
What?
Can you tell me what they are? Just, why don't you give me a paper of them, just in case? Just in case, because I know I got notices, but sometimes I can miss them, so. And that way I'll make sure that it's right with what I got.
Yeah, it's all in one system, so if they gave you a date, then
Yes,
that's the correct.
I should have it, but just give it to me, and that way I just make it double sure. Thank you for your time and energy.
I think he's not, I'll email you, so you have.
That'd be great.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you.
My doctor said make sure you got both of those done, but he got both of those situated just to try to get to that.
Yes, yeah, both files.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm sure that. we should have- Thank you. Yeah, no worries. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
All right, we'll see you soon, okay, buddy?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, young lady, that one paper is just yours. Did I have the other paper for
The date on that is same for both cases.
Okay,
So
thank
you're
you.
awesome.
Okay, thank you,
All right.
thank you.
No problem. Get him help.
Oh, okay.
Just matters, yeah, I should.
Anyway,
So I'm just putting that out there. I
Yeah, I
don't know
understand.
what to do with things yet. Who's? He goes to CMH.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, you're fine. I got you.
I don't know if that is what's gonna be a good fit.
I don't think it is, 'cause he's not. No, I don't think it is, but. Sure, or something.
Okay, I understand.
Did you read the arson report?
Not the arson report, but I did see the. I read the police report.
Yeah.
and see if it's-
Yeah.
Read the arson report. I mean, I glanced through it, but I
It's
didn't.
pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because I was curious about like what does the jury instructions say about, because like he didn't intentionally set the mattress on fire, but he did intentionally do an act that reasonably
High
could
risk.
have, yeah,
It's a high probability that you're gonna light the shit on fire and then someone gets hurt.
so, his application. I don't think it's gonna be the criminal responsibility.
I don't know what time, but. No, I appreciate it. I figure I can at least let you kind of get a heads up on that. Or. I appreciate it.
Offers, as you know, no doubt, I'm not gonna be able to do anything.
No, that's fair. I get that. Not at first. I'm more or less inclined to waive on that.
Okay.
That would be my goal. I'm just gonna make sure we get them both.
Okay.
Is that your last one today, or?
No, waiting on Mr. Carter and Ms. Schroeder, and then that'll probably be it.
Oh.
See ya.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. We'll see everyone.
Why? There's four. You know, and gonna keep my thoughts.
Called her yesterday. She did call back late yesterday at 5:40, almost 6 o'clock last night, but now I saw online, yeah, she's now in Livingston County as of like 10:30 yesterday. So I don't know what happened between the time she called me back and.
Okay, I just don't know what the expectation is. Are you looking for a PCC to treat this as a PCC next week, or an expectation that this will likely run still next week?
I think it would be wise to do this as a PCC next week to give me
That
an
I can tell him,
opportunity.
you know, he doesn't have to bring his witnesses.
Yes, thank you.
Let's see. This was for Percy. And then you have one other one.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Edwards, who's on the Polycom there in red.
You ready to proceed on Edwards?
I am, Your Honor.
On the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Harvey Jesse Edwards, 25-00552, appearance, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Matt Nagel for the people.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Aaron Schroeder on behalf of Mr. Edwards, who is present and now is on the Polycom there from the Ingham County Jail.
Mr. Edwards is scheduled for a preliminary examination next week at 8:30 on March 13th for carrying concealed weapon, ammunition, and police officer assault resist obstructing. Are we continuing to exam?
We are, Your Honor, at this time, and then when the court is prepared, I would also like to be heard on bond. Thank you.
Is there an offer at all that you have in the record?
The offer, I have it communicated to the defense attorney that in exchange for a waiver to the circuit court, the people would offer that the defendant can plead guilty to one count of R&O. I don't. No, it would be the R&O.
Oh, okay.
But it's my understanding that the defense attorney probably has not had a chance to discuss that with your client yet, so we'll just revisit that at the exam.
You can address bond.
And thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Edwards he and I have spoken. He currently is working through a guardianship. He has family here in the hallway. He did not come in apparently, but and it has significant ties here to the community. He is somebody who does not have very many means. He is a gentleman, as I've indicated, he is on a guardianship, so his money is very much tied up in some restrictions. I'd ask the court, he's not been able to make the bond, and it is, what it currently is set at is the, I'm having a moment here, Your Honor, 10% of 2,000, so $200. He's been in since the 20th. It's given the fact that he has not been able to make bond yet, and I doubt he's going to have any access to money because he's under a guardianship. He just doesn't have the money to make that bond. I'd ask the court to consider him for a PR bond with appropriate conditions, perhaps a tether, if that is something that the court deems is necessary. As he does not have access to any sort of supports right now due to his incarceration. Thank you.
Can you explain, you said he's working on a guardianship. I didn't know what exactly you meant when you said.
He is working with a guardian. I
Okay, he
apologize,
has
I
a
misspoke.
guardian
He does.
here?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Did the prosecution want to respond to the motion?
Your Honor, I'll defer to the court on the bond. I'm unaware of anything that's come up since the defendant's been charged that raises concerns to the bond as it exists. Of course, he has been incarcerated during this time.
What I have here, which is what the magistrate had at the time that she took into consideration the factors for setting an appropriate bond, was that there was a concern for the protection of the public, and that this defendant was ordered for a CMH eval prior to release to determine if he can be released safely. I, at this time, do not have a report regarding that. There's nothing in this file that indicates to me that one has been completed. Outside of that, it says under MCL 765.6 that the crime involves violence towards another person, and that the defendant allegedly fought 3 officers, punching 2 officers repeatedly in the face and fighting a third. One of the officers in which the defendant punched in the face was injured to the point of not being able to bend or move, I believe a finger, and required medical attention at Sparrow Hospital. It was unclear about any record of non-appearance, but the people were concerned about the defendant's ability to come back to court due to the mental health status, and he was reported as homeless. So the bond is extremely low considering the nature of the allegations. He's got to pay $200 to come back to court. There was already GPS tether ordered. So we don't amend bonds just because they've not been able to post the bond. If that's the case, we amend bonds all the time because people couldn't come up with the money. We amend bonds because he doesn't present a risk to the public. And at this time, those allegations have not changed. That he allegedly fought 3 armed police officers, injuring 1. There is an extreme risk to the public, and I think the bond is relatively low in consideration, and I still need a report from community mental health telling me that he has been evaluated and there's been a determination that he can actually be released safely. So the bond as is will continue. Any additional matters for the record?
Oh, yeah, thank you.
I will work to follow up. Was unaware of the community mental health evaluation requests or conditions, so I will follow up on that as well, Your Honor. Nothing further.
Thank you. You're all set for today, Mr. Edwards.
Adele?
Yes.
Yes.
Is Mr. Carter still on the record?
No, he did not. He was not. They forgot to tell him to come down and he left.
That's what I believe.
Someone call him? This guy's been sitting here and he's cold. He's had his arms inside of his jumpsuit the entire time. Mr. Edwards, you can let the deputy know that you're all set.
So I
Did maybe Mr. Carter email saying that we were continuing? I don't know. Mr. McGinness, did you speak to your attorney?
No.
Okay.
My kids out there. Yeah, my kids. Then he asked me to tell me to put my hands behind my back. That's the killer one. Shit, it's always been problem. Hey. Hey.
Mr. Edwards, are you talking to someone?
I'm talking about the case, man. It's just like I don't ever have nothing to say. I just don't ever say nothing. And then I'm like, people here, why is they not bonding me out?
I don't know, sir. I don't even know who's here. I heard there was someone here on your behalf, but I have not seen them.
This is both because officers do things too out the way. And they happen, they ain't perfect. They human.
I was muted. We're not on the record. You might want to instruct him to,
Sir?
that he doesn't want to say anything that could be used against him.
Sir, we've spoken before. This is Aaron Schroeder, your attorney. You need to stop talking because anything you say could be used against you. We have a prosecutor here in the room, and this was a court hearing today, and he can hear you. So please, I'm advising you, please stop talking. Thank you. Oh, would he be on Zoom?
Or who?
Mr. Jackson, because he was in Saginaw.
He's in Saginaw?
He lives in Saginaw, yes.
Oh, he's not in the facility though.
No.
Oh, he could log in on Zoom if he wanted, but he hasn't.
Mm.
For Mr. Carter. Anybody has Mr. Carter's number?
I will. Jackson. In my office. Sorry.
Hi, how are you? Pretty good.
Just done. What's that? You just finished with your own team. Yeah, we've been on record since 8 o'clock. Yikes. You just got them? That's the day I thought. We had 2 PDs, one of them was 1 ounce. Whoa. Oh, seven. Double nights. I did, I was gonna just ask you about the witnesses in the library. Oh, if anything had been done that I might be able to help you out and release some guys, but you were, it wasn't. Yeah, I went back there and told them you were on the record, and 2 of them were still.
Apologizes.
Okay.
Mr. Carter.
He's gonna walk in or
He's
log
gonna
in?
log in. He's gone already.
Yeah, that's what, yeah. Some kind of issue in the list.
But the security guard uses it.
Yeah,
So I got a lot of.
did a good job circling back. But you did say. Wait, they're waiting on me?
They're waiting on the shore.
Oh.
Who's waiting for the shoulder?
Judge
Good
Flores.
to see you.
Oh, same to you, but you haven't spoken to your client, so.
Well, I don't know where, yes, I don't know Mr. Quando. But
Nope.
that's fine.
We'll hold it for 48 hours.
Okay. Well, I mean, I've spoken to him. That's the thing that's puzzling me as to where he is.
There's somebody pacing the hallway.
Oh, I think that's
That's the-
for,
Friend of
okay.
Mr. Hersey.
yeah, I need to talk to them in a minute. I will. communicate.
Said a friend of Mr. Hershey.
Oh, Mr.
I'm sorry, Miss Hersey.
No, Edwards. I think that's Edwards that's from.
Yeah, so Edwards, yep, yeah.
There's two people in my waiting room. Let's see what's going on here. Uh-oh, let's see. Might be your client. Who is Dee's device? Who is Dee's device?
Liddell Jackson.
You need to start your video.
Liddell Jackson.
Very good. On the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Liddell, Quavion Jackson, 25-00589, appearance, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor, Matt Nagel for the people.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Aaron Schroeder on behalf of Mr. Jackson. Mr. Jackson joins us by Zoom, myself here in the court.
Mr. Jackson appears to be driving.
No, I'm parked.
Today was the date scheduled for a probable cause conference. Preliminary examination is scheduled for March 13th at 9 a.m. in person at the court. Are we continuing to exam?
Yes, Your Honor, and I just received an offer that's been extended. I will get with Mr. Jackson regarding that, but we will be prepared to proceed that day. Thank you.
Okay,
Please.
I will see you in person at the court, Mr. Jackson, next week, okay?
Okay.
Any additional matters for the record?
Oh, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Thank you, you're all set, sir.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm set to close out.
Yes, you're free to go.
All right. Thank you. Have a good one.
You too, sir.
What's that? I'll come get you in a minute, all right?
Mr. Carter, did you want me to put you in the room with your client?
No, I've met with my client already. We plan on continuing this to the preliminary exam.
I thought he told me no when I asked him, did he meet with you?
I
Mr.
did. I
McGinness?
met with him in the jail. Is it the right McGinness? I have Alan.
They both were here today. Is this, can he hear us? Alan
Yeah,
McGinness?
Yeah, I seen him last week, I didn't see him today.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, well, that's all we needed then, Mr. Carter. You're continuing to exam on both. So, Mr. McGinness, we'll see you in person next week at 8:30. You're all set.
Thank you.
You're welcome.